Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunday Summary. I hope everyone had a great Christmas across the world. I am your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. And Steve, the Reds are on a tear. And by tear, I mean 3 wins in a row. Wirtz has scored. Thank God, man. What's going on? I hope you had a Merry Christmas. What's new? What's new in your world, man? It's been a couple weeks.
Well, first of all, I'd like to wish a happy holidays, general holidays to the folks. Um, Not everyone celebrates Christmas, though I would imagine most do. Happy holidays to everyone. Um, I'm doing great, man. It's a holiday season. You can't be sad around this time. Unless, of course, Liverpool was still in their slump, which they're not, and we'll unpack all that today. But yeah, man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And how about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Like you said, it's hard to be upset around the holidays, especially with Liverpool playing well, and it's good to see our boys bounce back, right? It's good to see Wirtz and Ekatike playing well, and Chiesa even got the start yesterday. We'll dive into all that, but I mean, let's just look at Wolves, right? We're playing the best. We're playing the worst team of all time, Haven't won a game in 18 matches, which is a record, and we barely scraped by with a 2-1 win, and I think the positives to take from the game are that Florian Wirtz scores. For me, that's the number one thing to take away is that Florian Wirtz scores. He gets the monkey off his back, and I don't know. I think for him, I mean, I said it before we went live, but I think that's going to be a big thing for him going forward. Just not having to worry about I gotta get off. I gotta get the first goal under my belt. He's got it now, and now he can just play his game. And yesterday, he, without a doubt, played the best game that he's played for Liverpool for me.
Yo, Gesh, what's up, man? Welcome to everybody in the chat. He says this match was painful to watch, so slow. Kyle, I agree with you. I think Wirtz was very exciting to watch. I think he played great yesterday, but overall, I don't think it was an excellent match by any means.
No.
I mean, they had chances to tie it up. Sheesh. I mean, we could have scored 3 or 4. They could have won it. They had a couple chances towards the end, a couple like uncontested headers. Thank God we won. But performance-wise, it's good to see that we're stringing together a run of wins, a little unbeaten run we got going here.
There's a little bit.
A lot to work on. Still a lot to work on.
Yeah.
But seeing Wirtz play, the thing that I noticed about him, not even so much the goal. I mean, I'm glad he put that away because he needed to get that monkey off his back, as you said. It's more so his passing was crisp. He found open spaces. He was able to take the ball and carry it. And I don't know if that's just because Wolves suck and there weren't people on his hip the whole match.
Yeah.
But maybe he needed to play against a team that is just absolutely abysmal to just find a rhythm.
What happened to Wolves, man? I looked at that lineup yesterday and I was like, the only one I recognized was like Wang Hee-chan and Andre. And I'm like, what happened to this squad? This squad used to be good. Now you got Mascara and Bueno.
Dude, where's Mascara from? I feel like we know. How do we know him?
I want to say he's like Venezuelan or something, but I could be completely wrong about that. I don't know. I think I just made that up.
Was he at Chelsea? I feel like everyone was at Chelsea
recently. I feel like I know the name too. I actually had that exact thought watching the game yesterday. But I do want to touch on this. Barry Sweeney, what's going on, man? Not sure if you're related to Sydney Sweeney. Doesn't look like it. But look, man, slot ball's terrible. It's slow. It's boring. It's really bad, Steve. It's really bad. I don't like watching it. Now, I'm not saying it can't produce results, but it's just I don't like it. Are you checking yourself out?
Who's in the lineup?
Are you checking yourself out?
I was, yeah.
Okay,
I got my
gotcha.
hat off. How do I look?
Hot.
Oh, thank God. It's hot in here, hence why the hat's coming off. So, listen, it depends who's on the pitch. Because I feel like when you got guys like Soboslai, even with like Diaz last year, Elliott, guys that just run, they're willing to press. It's more exciting. You win the ball higher up the pitch. You get a little bit more possession. It can be exciting to watch. But generally speaking, it's not the gegenpress like heavy metal football that we were used to for a decade. So I don't know if it's painful or boring to watch all the time, but I think when you have like Soboslai didn't play yesterday.
Sure.
You got guys like, I mean, I guess Chiesa, he presses, but
We'll get to Chiesa.
yeah. Look, I feel like the important part of what makes this system, or what can make this system exciting, is the pressing up the left side. And without Diaz, it looks totally different this year, because he was just always running, always trying to make something happen. So that's just my opinion. I think it depends on the players that are in. It also depends on who you're playing. But earlier in the season, even when we were losing like a couple months ago, I don't remember saying, "Oh, this is so painful to watch." But now that we've like settled in, maybe that's what it took to settle down and get some results, is to slow things down. We still look really vulnerable at the back, so I really can't put my finger on it. But
Let's take away the painful. I mean, look, let's take away painful for a minute, because I don't know if it's painful. I think that's just kind of what the phrase people go to. It's slow, man. It's very slow. And I'm watching the build-up play. It's so slow, it's exhausting. Especially, I mean, I know we're possession dominant. We lead the league in possession per game at like 60%. And
is that true?
Yes, we lead the league, and then it's like Chelsea and Man United or something like that.
Wow, I never would have guessed that.
Yep. So we lead the league in possession per game. Which honestly doesn't surprise me, but it is slow, Steve. You have it's side to side, it's back and forth, backwards passes. I mean, yesterday, how many times did you see Jones, Wirtz, and Kirkez just passing triangles? Someone would make a run, no one gives it to him, right back to Van Dijk. Let's try the other side of the pitch. Same exact thing. Maybe Frimpong tries a little chip over the top, or Wirtz funnels over there, chips over the top. I mean, it's slow. It's very slow. I don't know. It takes some getting used to. I think there's a tactical reason behind it, obviously, but I think it's so much more difficult to break down a low block team, which it actually surprised me. I know one goal didn't come from the break, but one goal did. It surprises me that we even scored on a low block team like Wolves, given how slow we play. You know, like the link up play between Kirkez and Ekitike and Wirtz on that breakaway, the second goal, was beautiful, right? That's exciting football. But the Gravenberch one was good. I don't know, man. It's so slow. It's so slow, and I'm really starting to see it now that it is boring to watch. I am not nearly as excited to watch them play as I have been. And I'll come out and say it. I'm not.
That I can 100% agree with. It's not as exciting to watch them play. The games are a lot slower. Again, we were just spoiled for so long with just high octane play, no matter who was in there. We could have the slowest midfield, the most defensive midfield of all time, with Gini, Hendo, and Milner, and it was still just chaos. It's very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Fabinho, like all these guys that just don't get forward. I mean, you know what I mean?
No, just like the most what's the word I'm looking for? Just like the most
conservative.
The most dull, gray, conservative players of all time, but you still have just, like you said, chaos. It's pretty wild. Mm-hmm. Hey, Hannah, what's going on? Yes, I hope everyone had a great Christmas as well. The Frimpong being back in action is so fun to see. He adds such an electric energy on that side. He's so fast. He's so just shifty, dude. And I love to see that. And Kirkez is actually starting to play really well. He had a good game yesterday. And you're starting to see some things come together. You know, in that sense, it's a little exciting. Hannah says, I think Slot has slowed it right down just to stabilize thing, which needed to happen. Sure. I love it. If
I think that's what I was trying to get at. Maybe this is what we needed.
Yeah. Slow things down. You know, I don't look at it. Maybe it's just been the last couple of matches I've noticed it. it's just very slow and it's very, very boring to watch for me. But look, at the end of the day, all that matters is results, because that's all you're judged on. You can play, if Slot mix it up tomorrow and played 100 miles an hour, but we lose 8-0, doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning to No Luck. So yeah, we'll jump right into Wirtz then, because that's the headline of yesterday. Wirtz finally scoring a goal. And interestingly enough, it was his best game that he's played all season, in my opinion. I mean, he was involved in everything yesterday. You were saying at the beginning, his touch was on point, his passes were good. He gave the ball away a couple times, now that I'm thinking about it. But overall, Wirtz was in the role that I think Slot bought him to be in yesterday, in creating everything. He was in this free roam role and involved in everything. And I love that for him. I love that he finally scored. And personally, Steve, I think now that pressure is gone. Because regardless of what you think about him being a professional athlete, the kid's 22 years old. There's going to be some pressure with the price tag. He got the goal. Now he can relax a little bit and play his game.
100%. Look, he's got some assists so far. He's playing better. He got the goal. You saw him slap the badge. Just like that sigh of relief in the celebration. So much passion. I hope, let's just say long may it continue. I hope.
We can hope. And another thing too, Ekitike, bro. He's the signing so far of the summer, I think. I mean, he leads the team in goals, at least in the Premier League. I didn't check in all comps. But he is so much more than I thought he was. I had this idea that Isak is Isak, but I had this idea that we're getting these strikers that are restricted to playing up top. But I feel like Ekitike can play anywhere. And I'll admit that I was wrong when we were talking about a while back, who we need to change. Can we play Ekitike on the left? And I was like, no, we can't play Ekitike on the left. He's not a winger. He can play anywhere. He's so good and so important to that attack, because Chiesa didn't do a damn thing yesterday. So it was
also true.
It was Ekitike, it was Wirtz, and I mean, McAllister got a little involved. I kind of like that he's putting McAllister in the 10 though too. What do you think about that?
I thought McAllister was really involved yesterday.
Yeah.
He looks fit.
Thank
he
God.
looked so tired to me for a while. Like he was just dragging come the 60th minute, but he looked fit yesterday. To answer your not question, but Ekitike's got 11 goals in all comps. Number 2, tied for number 2 with 5 is Dom, Salah, and Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, I knew
so no one's even close to Ekitike. He's the signing of the season so far. Probably, maybe the signing of the season for the entire Premier League. I mean, there's some other guys that have been good. Voltmod, Mbuemo, some other pretty good players. But Ekitike's in that conversation. Thank God we have him, because it's looking like Isak's not going to get going until next season, which is okay.
So crazy.
Which is okay, and it's a tough loss. Because I think it was only a matter of time before he turned it on and became just like a goal-scoring machine. But that's okay. That's okay.
I always thought, I was like, why did we need to buy Ekitike too? And thank God we did, because with Isak's injury history, Slot's looking like a genius now, and you know, Edwards and all them are looking like geniuses too, because now you have Ekitike, who was actually been better than Isak. It just kind of sucks though that, you know, now Isak's out for the year, and then, you know, Leone, he's out for God knows how long with the ACL. I don't know. I just feel like we have been a little bit unlucky with injuries so far this year compared to last season. But either way, thank goodness that Ekitike is performing the way he is, because without Ekitike, we're in a really rough spot. Really rough spot in terms of offensive power, because you said he had 11 goals in all comps. I think 8 or 9 of those are in the Premier League. No one else is scoring. No one else is scoring. Salah's having an off year. He's not even here right now. I was really, really hoping that as a fan base, we could come together and justify Chiesa should have been starting the whole time to provide some offensive threat. Because when he does get subbed on, he's very good. But he didn't do anything yesterday, Steve. He was a non-factor. He was a waste yesterday from what I mean, unless I didn't watch. Like no, he wasn't. I mean, to be fair, we were very heavy on the left side, though. A lot of the match was played on the left side. Whether we were trying to expose our boy Mascara or whatever the hell his name is or what. But yeah, it was weird to me that they didn't try to get him a little more involved.
I think everybody's entitled, or everybody can have a bad game. He clearly hasn't played enough to get a rhythm going. You also got to think about the changes that were made. Szoboszlai wasn't in there to link up play on the right side. He probably has absolutely zero chemistry with Frimpong. Yeah, I mean, all those things I think factor in. It would have been nice to see him play a little bit cleaner. Like, even if you're not going to have a great game, like, don't be awful. He was awful.
Right.
He did nothing. He looked like he didn't belong there yesterday. But we know what he's capable of. Maybe he is just that come on in the 80th minute guy, and when we really need you. Maybe he's not a starter. I'm not ready to jump to that conclusion just yet. But it feels like Salah's been gone for like 3 or 4 games. This is the first time we've really seen him.
But there's nothing wrong with that, though. Like, it's okay for him to come on in the last 15, 10 minutes and make a difference, right? That's a role that we need that. We need a role player who can do that. But I don't have any sympathy for people, for players specifically. If you're getting the opportunity to play, you have a golden opportunity here. The guy you're backing up isn't even here. It's not just, hey, we're giving you a chance. This is your opportunity to come in and make a difference. And you can actually solidify yourself for the next month in a starting spot. You know what I mean? And maybe the flow of the game didn't go his way. Maybe, the bounce of the ball didn't. I don't know. For me, you got to seize the opportunity because based on history, he's not going to get much. He's not going to get many more opportunities. And so looking at where Slot's headspace is or not headspace, but looking at where his head is with his decision to not play Chiesa more, maybe this is why. Maybe it's because he's more effective when he's put in these pockets of time where, look, I need you to go do this and make a difference, as opposed to, okay, you gotta play into the natural flow of the game and make a difference that way. I don't know. Maybe Chiesa's not that guy.
I've never thought about that, but like when Slot gives him instructions before he throws him on in the 70th minute, and he's like, I need you to do these 3 things and man mark this guy. He just comes on and gives it 150%, and he looks really good in that role. Plus, he's aggressive, he's direct. He'll nick a pass or nick a deflection. He's in the right place at the right time. He's going to literally die out there.
Yeah,
for the team. But again, I think it was an interesting lineup yesterday. Frimpong back, no Szoboszlai. And then you got Wirtz, who's kind of just controlling things.
He is, dude. He's playing so well.
It was almost like Chiesa. I don't want to say he didn't have a great chance because it's a golden opportunity for him. But the way the game played out, I think it would have been nice to see him play a little bit cleaner, give the ball away less. Maybe play even like a little bit more conservative, just make the easy pass.
Well, that's where I'm at.
Make the easy pass. Right. It was just like he looked out of place.
Yeah.
So,
and I know, guys, I made a poll for you guys too, which I'll check out at the end of the show and we'll go over the results. But let us know what you guys think about the whole Chiesa thing, because this was huge. When you see his name in the starting 11, you're excited. You're like, oh my God, Chiesa's getting his chance now, right? And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because does he need more time? Does he need a couple of starts to feel what the flow of the game is like over the entire course of the game, as opposed to just being thrown in the last 15 minutes? I mean, it's very different. And what the coach is asking you to do is very different. But I want to actually just go over every single player yesterday too, because with Frimpong back in the lineup, I believe he was credited with an assist for the Gravenberch goal. Frimpong is really good, Steve, and Bradley's great too. Don't get me wrong, but Frimpong and Kirkesh too, even though he's been struggling with form, they give us as what I was. Let me backtrack. What I was talking about at the beginning of the show, with everything being slow and boring, Frimpong and Kirkesh, offer that explosiveness that can create. I mean, that's exactly what happened with the first goal. Like, it's slow, it's methodical, we're not getting anything. Frimpong comes in, sprints past the defender, pulls it back, goal. I mean, it's as simple as that. And I think that's the benefit that these wingbacks can offer in this system, this slow, methodical system that Slot's trying to play. We miss that when you're playing with a Gomez or a Bradley. And don't get me wrong, Bradley can do it. But Frimpong is he's really good in that role. And I think we really missed him. I think we saw it at the beginning of the year too, before he got injured, but he can really create on that far side.
Definitely. And I think similar to Chiesa, he's looking at this as an opportunity with Salah out because Slot said it. Like, we got Frimpong because of what he can do up on the right side. Like, not even mentioning defending. And you saw that when Bradley was in with him. They played at the same time yesterday.
Right.
So, but I think, look, just to close the loop on the Chiesa thing, because I was pulling something up before you transitioned.
Yeah, my fault. I did
Here's our
transition a
next
little
games.
quick.
Before AFCON ends, these are our games. Leeds, Fulham, Barnsley, Burnley, and then there's an Arsenal mixed in there. Aside from Arsenal, you got Leeds, Fulham, Barnsley, and Burnley. Those are all games that we should win, and that Chiesa should be able to dominate whoever's covering him. So if he can't, I guess, fill Salah's shoes, assuming he gets more chances to do that, over the next, it's only 5 more games, and one that's like really tough against Arsenal, then, I mean, this is the perfect moment for him to show if he's capable of like playing that role.
Right.
And I think the same goes for Frimpong too. Like, who's going to step up on the right side? It doesn't look like, as of right now, it looks like Frimpong wants to be that guy.
After yesterday's performance, and Tony says it here. I mean, Tony agrees that Chiesa needs more time. He says no player can shine with the lack of playing time that he's had. But then Tony, by the way, good morning, good afternoon, Tony. Frimpong had the best game that I've seen him play for us yesterday. And so I feel that way about Frimpong, and I feel that way about Wirtz. But I also want to go back to what you said about, we have 5 games where Chiesa should absolutely destroy whoever's marking him. Here's a thought, though. Does Slot, because we know he's no business, cutthroat, he sold Kwanzaa after a bad 45 minutes, does Slot look at what Chiesa did yesterday, and he's like, yeah, you're not playing ever again? Like, because now that Gakpo's back available, is he just saying, all right, Gakpo, Ekitike, Wirtz, McAllister, that's who I'm going with every single game. Maybe Rio will get in there, but Chiesa, you're back to the last 15 minutes. I mean, does he look at this situation and do that? Because, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But me personally, even if I'm Slot, even if I want to establish this accountability thing where if you don't play well, you're done, I do think he owes it to Chiesa to give him 2 or 3 starts and then make that decision.
We think that as supporters and somebody that sees Chiesa work really, really hard and do exactly what we need him to do when he comes on late in these games. But maybe there's something we don't see. Maybe it is a lack of chemistry that Slot sees plain as day in training that we just don't see. Because when you come on in the 80th minute, the last thing we're thinking about is chemistry. We're thinking about who's going to nick a goal, who's going to press, who's going to win a corner. He can do all those things. But it's different when you're playing in this slower style and it's a full match. When you don't just have one or two or three instructions that are being whispered in your ear before you come on and like give it your all for 10 or 15 minutes. But yesterday was the perfect opportunity for Slot to be like, okay, what do I have here on the right side without Salah? Frimpong's fit. Bradley's all right. Chiesa's ready to go. He's fresh. And I think he's starting to get some answers. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. Because I also can't picture Frimpong starting on the right wing.
No.
But now that Gakpo is back, does somebody else move over there? With Isak out, it's different. But I think Szoboszlai is going to play that role. I think a combination of Szoboszlai and Frimpong is defensive enough and attacking minded enough for the next few games. I don't know if we'll see Chiesa start again. I honestly don't.
It's sad. But at the end of the day,
you have Frimpong and Dom rotating between attacking on the right side and defending on the right side.
You're fine.
I have
you don't
no
need
problems
him
with that at all. You're great.
Right. Yeah, you don't need him. You don't need Chiesa. But he was given the opportunity. He didn't seize it. So we'll see what Slot decides to do with him. So now we'll transition back to what we're talking about with Frimpong. Great game for Frimpong. Konate. Let's just talk about Konate for a second. Didn't really pay too much attention to Konate yesterday. Maybe it's because we had most of the possession. But I don't know. What's your thought on what Konate's doing? He's just continues to be inconsistent. Some people are blaming him for the goal. I mean, he got elbowed in the head, whatever. But do you have any thoughts on Konate? Because with me, I'm just indifferent at this point. We don't have a better option. Konate's going to play every single game if he's healthy. I'm just like, all right, let's ride it out. If you decide to sign with us, great. If you don't, see you later. We'll get Gahey or whoever we're going to get. But I just feel like the talking point for the defense at the end of every single game is something with Konate. It's something with him not being consistent. Or I saw something with Craig actually, and Craig was getting on him because he was looking back at the crowd, like trying to pump the crowd up, and I think that rubbed Craig the wrong way or something.
Yeah. Inconsistency. I think that's what it is. I mean, I think a lot of players can get affected by contract talks and uncertainty. I think at this point, he's going to stay. We still need another center back. We got to keep him. I want to re-sign him. I think he's still very, very, very good. But also, like, credit to the Wolves, like, front men yesterday. They're physical.
Mane,
they're great in the air.
Yeah.
Goal kicks and whatnot. Very strong, shielding, chesting the ball down. I was really impressed with those guys.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said for that. Konate needs to be better. He can be better. I'm tired of talking about him, to be honest.
It's getting to that point, isn't it? It is getting to that point. Yeah. Like I said, at the end of every single game, it's something with Konate. And it's like, we won the game yesterday. Whatever. We barely scraped by the worst team in Premier League history, but whatever. We still won the game. But Konate, I actually had that same thought. I feel as if he's going to stay at this point, right? I mean, if the truth is that Madrid aren't interested anymore, where are you going to go?
I mean, he could probably go anywhere. You go to PSG,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Any of these, Inter, one of the, somewhere big.
He'll take him. You're right. Like right.
somebody.
He would fit.
It's got to be somebody that can pay. So it's got to be a big club.
I'm telling you,
it's not going to take a small salary.
You said two teams there that would be, I could see Konate on in a heartbeat. PSG and Inter. Those are great examples. He would fit right in at an Inter. Tony. Okay, Tony. Konate is done for me as far as I'm concerned. The sooner we can get some new center backs, the better. Wow. All right. So I didn't know.
Tell us how you really feel.
I didn't know it was that bad over there. See, that's the thing. That's what I'm so like. am I just not paying attention to Konate throughout the game and I'm missing this? Because I don't know, man. I just don't see it as that big of a problem. I see him make mistakes and he has lapses in judgment, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not like he's giving the ball away. It's not like he's, I don't know, missing the far post. But Hannah agrees with Tony too. Dang, people are done with Konate.
Look, now, I think Slot's doing the right thing by just keeping him out there.
Yeah. What else are you going to do?
He's young. He's got pace. Keep playing him. That coupled with the fact that we don't really have anybody else. But even if Leone was fit, and we know Leone's going to be legit, that one game we saw him play, he's immense.
He's legit.
He's going to be a star. We know that.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody said in Italy when we signed him. Like, you got a star on your hands. This is a star boy. I still don't think he'd be playing over Konate.
Probably not. No.
Konate's played in really, really big matches. And for me, he was actually pretty good like the last handful of games. To the point where maybe not really good, but good enough where we're not talking about him. But then he plays a game yesterday. He's not great. Again, credit to some of those Wolves attackers. They're tough. Like the profile of attacker that they have in their lineup, tough. And strong players.
I wanted to say this earlier, but they gave a Premier League debut to Mane, that Mane kid. He was like 18. Mm-hmm. He had an excellent first half. Every time he had the ball at his feet, he took a shot. He tested the keeper. I mean, the way they play too, where you're not going to get many chances to attack, like you said, you have to be good at getting the ball down, controlling it, making defenders work, making the keeper work, and they did that. I think I got to give him a lot of credit. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I just wanted to give Mane credit because he stood out to me. It reminded me like the first time I saw Semenyo play. I was like, who is this kid on a team of scrubs? You know, they kind of stand out. So that's the same thought I had with Mane.
Exactly. Yeah. Semenyo, like that profile of strong, like athletic, hungry attacker.
Yeah.
That's what I saw across multiple players yesterday. I don't know any of them because Wolves is that bad. But again, Frimpong's really just kind of getting back in the lineup. Like maybe there's a lack of chemistry there. Maybe they're a little rusty playing together. It's hard to say, but I don't think Konate. We're not ready to get rid of Ibrahim Konate.
No. Konate is nowhere in set pieces, slow to respond, and doesn't look interested. He's only shown some interest since Madrid have stated they are not interested in him anymore. Okay, and Steve, you might be right in the sense that maybe he's just in his own head. Maybe he's got a lot going on with contract negotiations, and it's affecting him. I will say though, on the set pieces thing, it's not just Konate; it's everyone. Our set pieces are awful. We're just not good at defending set pieces.
Every corner that another team gets, I'm like, oh, they're going to score.
Yeah.
Even though they like almost never do, I feel like, this is going to be a penalty or a deflection and they're going to get a shot on goal or Allison's going to drop it or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate defending set pieces because we stink. But that's not just Konate.
That's my point is we're just bad at defending set pieces. I think we might have a job opening with that too. If I remember seeing that correctly online, we might have a job opening with the set piece coach.
Tony, apply, please.
Tony, please apply. If we could get Tony on the inside, we'd be good.
Man. We had Tony on the inside with the stadium photos. Remember?
We did. That was huge. That was big. Tony, thanks for that again, man.
Channel legends. Shout out to all our channel legends. I don't know if Liz is in here, but there's a lot of channel legends.
Yeah, I hope Liz is doing okay. I haven't seen Liz as much recently, but
Alexi.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see this one earlier. Alexi. I don't know if you're still in here, but yeah, Frimpong was fire yesterday, man. He's a baller.
He is a baller, dude.
I don't know what to think of him, but he's exciting to watch.
He's so electric. He's just
like I don't know if I'd start him in a final tomorrow over Bradley or Gomez or even Soboslai right
That's
back.
Interesting, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not comfortable enough with him yet, but he's exciting, dude. He's quick.
All right, look, I'm gonna.
Dude, he tracks back faster than anybody I've ever seen. If a
Look,
goalkeeper, let's just say we get a shot on target, right? And the goalkeeper does one of those like punts where it's like a rocket. You
yeah,
know how Allison does that to Salah?
yeah.
Like, if it goes anywhere near Frimpong, I'm not worried at all. You're not beating him in a foot race to the ball. No way.
He just adds something different, dude. He's like, I don't know. He's just pacey. He brings that energy. You know, he's different. I like him a lot. All right, let's keep moving across the back. Van Dijk was Van Dijk. He did get lazy a couple times yesterday. He rarely gives the ball away, and he gave the ball away once. For some reason that stuck in my mind. Like, that's weird. You don't really give the ball away. But he's Van Dijk. It is what it is. When I was looking up my stats too about like possession and leading the league and everything, Van Dijk leads the league in aerial duels won, passes, possession, literally all those statistics he leads the league in. It's pretty remarkable that he's still clearances. He's by and large far ahead of the next person in clearances. He's just really
especially
good.
headed clearances.
Yeah, he's really good. He just knows where to be. His positioning is excellent. But Kirkesh now. Kirkesh, has he won you back over, Steve? That's a no. It's okay. You can say no.
This is how he should. I mean, he's not doing anything remarkable. He's just not terrible anymore. So,
True.
I mean, putting in good shifts. That's what you're here for.
That's your job.
Yeah, and it's like, he's not doing anything other like above and beyond what Robbo would do.
True.
Like, if you put Robbo in, Robbo's having the same game as Kirkesh yesterday. So let me just put it this way. I'm glad we have both. Kirkesh appears to be somebody that's got a really good engine. He really cares. He'll work really hard for the badge, and he'll be fit. And as long as you're not a liability, I'm glad we have both of them. It is interesting to me that we're not seeing Robertson more, though. Like, when I see Kirkesh on the team sheet, I get a little sad for Robbo. Every time we have a match, 1 hour before I check the lineup, when I see Kirkesh there, I'm like, I kind of feel for Robbo.
But dude, it's just that time in his career, man. I mean, it really is. We got this new left back in. When he wasn't performing at the start of the season, Robbo played, right? So that's why we still have Robbo there. But we are in transition at that position. That's all it is.
But
Robbo's
we don't
still
do that.
Robbo.
No, we don't do that as a club.
Robbo's still Robbo.
I know, but we don't do that. We haven't done that as a club where you get older and you get transitioned out.
That's not true.
Like, maybe a little bit with Hendo.
I was just thinking that. What are you talking about, Hendo?
Dude, maybe a little bit with Hendo, but he still was captaining and playing a lot. And what was he? 32?
I don't know what he was.
I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like when you get towards the tail end of your career, you just leave. It seems like players just leave.
Well,
when you think about Firmino's, Mane's, Genie, Milner, but those guys all played tons of games.
All right, two things I want to touch on. We don't. You saying we don't do that might be different under Slot. Slot might do that. And number two,
you're right.
Robbo's running down his contract, so he might be gone at the end of this year. So it might just be this season where he's here and he's, I don't know. Personally, why wouldn't you keep Robbo? I don't know if Robbo would want to stay, but you're just going to run into this same issue where Robbo, you are number two. You're a great number two. You honestly could be a number one, but the fact of the matter is we're in transition now. Slot has chosen his guy to be Kirkesh, and not saying that Robbo couldn't do what Kirkesh does, but Slot's got his guy. Whenever Kirkesh is in good form or healthy, he's going to play. That's just it. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. It sucks for Robbo, but it is what it is. So, and Tony says Kirkesh didn't suck yesterday. That's the best I can say about him, and that's kind of where you're at, Steve. Yeah, he didn't suck.
I mean, he wasn't great. He puts in a shift. Like, that's what we need. Just put in a shift. And don't be terrible.
Yeah. Good morning to What a Croc. How you doing? Midfield now. All right. Jones and Gravenberch. I love this midfield, bro. I love Jones and Gravenberch in that midfield.
Yeah.
It's
nasty.
It's so beautiful. Jones is I can't say enough about Jones. I feel about Jones the same way I feel about like OG Anunoby. Like, you're not looking at the stat sheet going, oh God, this guy's incredible. But if you watch the game, you're just like, God, Jones doesn't lose the ball. He's a great passer. He knows what he's doing. He's so solid. And Gravenberch is just Gravenberch. He's so consistent. I mean, he got a goal. He's so consistent week in and week out. You're not even amazed by it anymore. We were amazed by how well he did in the six for like a year because he was like, oh, he's the best midfielder in the league. But now he just does it. That's just what he does. Week in, week out, shifts, interceptions, just touches, turn. It's just so good. And now when Jones next to him, I like Jones next to him, honestly, more than McAllister. It's just a great midfield. I think that's so far this season, that is the best midfield duo is Jones and Gravenberch. I'll die on that hill.
Look, now that McAllister seems like spry and fit again, you have to play those three. It's got to be Jones, McAllister, and Gravenberch. And then your player of the season,
Szoboszlai,
you're like, crap, we got to stick him at right back or on the right wing because he has to be on the pitch. Because Wirtz is starting to find his footing. You can't sit him. He's got to play in the 10.
Yeah, he does.
So all 5 of these guys have to be on the pitch. Jones, McAllister. Look, the thing with McAllister is I think he's 27. He's played a lot of games. So, and he's not like the most pacey athletic player. It's okay to give him a rest. But again, if you're playing in a final, this is how I like to think about it. If you got to put your best foot forward tomorrow, it's Gravenberch, Jones, McAllister in the midfield. You find a place for Szoboszlai. Maybe it's right back. And you got to have Wirtz in the 10. This is the perfect time to get all these guys on the pitch at once while Salah's not here. And I think that works against the likes of Chiesa. We're all saying, oh, here comes AFCON. Let's see what Chiesa's got. I don't know.
He didn't do a damn
I
thing.
don't know if you'd see Chiesa yesterday if Szoboszlai wasn't suspended.
That's a phenomenal point. I don't think you do either. I really don't think you do either. Nothing. Steve, literally nothing.
Isak's out. Salah's out.
We played with 10 men yesterday. He didn't do a damn thing.
And I still love him. But when you have guys that are just in excellent form, you can play them out of position over somebody. Like Chiesa's built to play there. Like he's played there a lot.
Yeah.
I still want Szoboszlai there ahead of him because he's in great form.
He's just so good. He's just so solid. Yeah. Look, unfortunately, when Szoboszlai is available, the person to be dropped is Jones. That's just the fact of the matter. It's the same argument, not argument.
McAllister.
On current form, yes, but I think a lot of people, including Slot, prior to the last 3 games, would start McAllister. But
I think it depends on the opponent.
Yeah, it probably does.
But look, Jones controls the game better than McAllister.
McAllister there's no question.
Has this big game pedigree though, and he's a better defender, more willing to go in for a tackle.
Sure,
pick up the yellow card you need when they're on the break. Like he's just a smart, wise player.
Look, I agree.
It's a good problem to have.
Look, I know it's a good problem to have, but this is where I'm at here because unfortunately, the fact of the matter is, as it stands right now, until I see different, Jones will be dropped when Szoboszlai comes back. And you're looking at McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Wirtz. That's what it is. Szoboszlai's going to play. And I think McAllister still, despite his poor start to the season, is ahead of Jones in the depth chart. However, Jones has played better. Jones has proven this season, it's not his breakout year, but you've seen how good Jones is. And we've been saying this for years. And I just feel like he still doesn't get any respect. He's so good. He's just such a textbook midfielder. And we need that. You absolutely need that. You need the control in midfield because we started out the year with zero control in midfield. And it was almost like we weren't playing with the midfield. And I think it actually helps out Wirtz when you have some support and someone who can hold the ball behind him, because say what you want about Gravenberch, he's great. But Gravenberch isn't like a hold possession kind of guy. If he's not moving forwards, he's not holding the ball very well. And McAllister, I'm not confident with McAllister on the wall. But Jones can hold it up. Jones can keep possession and allow Wirtz to make a run or allow Wirtz to get into a different channel. I just think Jones adds something different. And I think there's a direct correlation with the results we've been seeing in Jones on the pitch recently.
Mm-hmm. No, I couldn't agree more. Big Collie here says Jones is a must-start. Maka is the one who should be dropped. Again, this is a good problem to have. And I am in this camp sometimes. Again, it depends on the opponent. Like, McAllister has that pedigree. And he'll give you a hell of a shift. And I think he's more likely to get on the score sheet than Jones.
True. Yeah.
I think he puts himself in positions to take shots from deep. Yesterday, I think he took a couple. I think they were both blocked. Didn't he hit the post too?
Someone hit the post. Ekatike, maybe?
We hit the post twice in the first half, I think. Either way.
Must have missed that.
I think Wirtz is better without the ball. And here's what I mean by that. I think we have guys that can carry the ball, and Wirtz can too. But I think about like Gakpo can carry the ball. Gravenberch can carry the ball. Jones will carry it a little bit. He's more of a passer, I think. But I love when I see Curtis Jones with the ball in the left middle side of the pitch.
Yes.
Scanning. And Wirtz making runs and trying to find little spaces at the edge of the box.
Yep.
That's what I like. And I think Wirtz has crazy energy. If you watch him, he never stops moving. Like, he's happy to bounce around, run behind defenders, fake, shrug the shoulder.
He's just free roam.
A little pocket of space.
Yeah.
To get the ball and then drop it off to Kirkeged or whatever the case may be. I like that. I think Jones can stop the game and be like, okay, what do we got here? And let these guys move and find pockets of space. McAllister's not going to do that. He's a different player. So, but again, I think they all need to be on the pitch. Literally, Gravenberch, McAllister, Jones. You got to find a place for Szoboszlai. Maybe he plays on that right wing with Frimpong at right back, and they can just rotate. Right wing, honestly, right back, rotate. So while you have Wirtz in the 10, it has to be those 5.
Yeah. It has to be Szoboszlai on the right. I think because McAllister's not playing out there. He's not even close to having any sort of speed whatsoever. Jones, I've seen him put Jones at like the left attacking mid, left wing, whatever you want to call that position, which Jones has played before. But like you said, Jones is a passer. Jones is scanning for through balls, and he's not as efficient on that side. The best 11 right now, you're looking at Gravenberch, Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai on the right wing with Salah out, and then Frimpong. For me, and then Wirtz has got to play. And then Ekatike, I think, honestly, you see what you have in Wirtz's current form. You ride it out. Even though Gakpo's healthy again, and Gakpo played every single game, right? No. You ride out this form of Wirtz and Jones, and you see what you have. And if everything goes back to how it was, where Wirtz isn't contributing and we can't score, maybe you put Gakpo back in there. But right now, with the results we've been getting, I'm not putting Gakpo back in there right now. I don't know how you feel about that. That's where I'm at.
No, I'm not either. I mean, again, we've got some weak fixtures coming up, so we'll see what happens. But Jones is a guy who's been here for a while. You got all these new signings that come in, including McAllister, Gravenberch. They've been here a few years, whatever the case may be. Jones has been here for a long time. The chemistry he has with guys like Virgil can close his eyes and make a pass in a congested sea of defenders, and he knows exactly where Jones is going to be. Jones has the ball on a string, and he just holds everything together. I don't think Slot rates him like we do, which is fine, but he gives you no choice but to play him. Because he can just control. No one else can control the game like that.
Why then are we are we idiots then? If Slot doesn't rate Jones highly, what is the criteria? Is it because he doesn't fit whatever system he's trying to play? Because Jones is the only, you just said it yourself, Jones is the only one who can stop the play, keep the ball, and find a pass or let guys get into position. Everyone else isn't. They'll fold under the pressure of a press. They'll need to progress the ball forward, and they might lose it because they're rushed with a pass. We saw that with Wirtz for like the first 3 months of the season, where he's trying to make a pass, and every pass he makes is intercepted, or it's a touch slow. Jones, it's not like that for Jones. Jones, his timing and his ability to just shield off defender. There was one play yesterday where the balls roll into the sideline, and the defender beat him there. But Jones just casually got between his defender and the ball, didn't let the ball go out of bounds, and kept possession. I mean, it just little things like that. I'm like, you don't have a player on the pitch who can do that. So
no, the only other one we had was Thiago. He's literally just like, he can do what Thiago, within reason. I know that he can't do a lot of the things Thiago could do, but from the standpoint of controlling a game and like being the maestro, the glue, slowing things down, dictating the pace of play, he can do that.
Like, is Jones the new Hendo? Is he the tempo guy? When he's on the pitch, he's just dictating the tempo. Now, the tempo's slow as hell, but can Jones do that?
It's different. Jones is a certified baller who doesn't make mistakes.
Preach.
He does not make mistakes. He doesn't give us enough goals. He doesn't even give us enough assists, and that's okay. Because when he's out there and he has the ball, we're comfortable.
And he's also not a great defender.
Konate and Van Dijk can breathe for a second.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about the ball getting nicked away. And like, I don't know, he is the tempo guy. Now, I think Hendo was that as well, more so because he's a leader and he's loud and he's willing to get forward and put in the hard yards, but you just give the ball to Curtis Jones when you need to take a second and see what the hell's going on. It's like, get the ball to Curtis. And he doesn't have that pedigree that some of these other players have. Like, he's not a star on the national team. He's a scouser. We didn't pay big money for him.
Right.
So maybe Slot looks at these, group of guys and he's like, damn, McAllister won a World Cup. Like, Wirtz is world class. Szoboszlai is the man, player of the season.
Right.
Gravenberch, I love him. I gave him a chance, and he was the best defender in the league last year, or the best 6 in the league, whatever. Jones doesn't fit in any of those categories, but thank God we have eyes.
The eye test.
Thank God we have eyes, because when he plays, you're like, oh, like,
that's why.
He's the fucking man.
He is. He's literally phenomenal. And he's not phenomenal in the sense that, we're crying for him to get game time and he's not getting game time, right? Like a Harvey Elliott or Chiesa situation, because we've seen games where Harvey Elliott gets game time and he doesn't perform. We saw yesterday, Chiesa gets game time, he doesn't perform. Curtis Jones is incredible. If you put him in any other team in the league, barring Arsenal, City, Chelsea probably, he's starting. He's starting in every single team, and he's controlling that midfield.
Yep.
And I love what I see from him in terms of the control he brings to the game, especially with it being a possession-heavy system now. Like 60% possession over the course of the season is pretty incredible. Tony, okay.
And here's just the polarizing scale of this fan base is Red Eye says, I don't see Jones as a starter for LFC now or in the future. And he's not the only one. Like, this is not a hot take.
It's not. And that's what's
really believe this. We're split 50-50. Which
why?
I don't get.
Why?
I don't know. Because he's literally like, he holds the ball as well as Wijnaldum does. He'll work. Tony says here, he'll run himself into the ground to get the ball back if he ever loses it, which is almost never.
Right.
So he's got the work rate of like a Hendo. He's got the ball control of Wijnaldum. He can pull strings like Thiago. Now, he's not Thiago. I don't want to say that.
He's not.
But like, he's the closest thing we've had since we had Thiago who could pull strings in possession.
Like, he's technical. He's technically sound. And anyone who says he's not is just not watching. I've never understood for like the past, maybe not 5 years, but let's just say 3 or 4. I've never understood this divide with Jones being not good enough for Liverpool. The amount, and I haven't seen that this year or even last year, but I've seen that.
It's been like 2 or 3 seasons since I've heard that.
But it's like, I don't even back then, I don't know where that came from. Because now you're seeing, what is Jones, 25 now? He's got to be getting old now. Older. He is 24. This kid's 24 years old. That's actually kind of crazy. So now he's just now entering his prime, Steve. So we're now seeing what kind of player he's going to be for the rest of his career. He's going to be this guy that can hold the ball, that can time a pass perfectly, that does have a shot on him. Let's not forget, he's not a shoot first guy. He's a pass first guy, but he's got everything you want in a midfielder, and he's only going to get better. I just have zero clue for anyone who watches the club where this idea in this split in the fan base of Curtis Jones is not good enough for my football club. That makes zero sense.
I think it's just taste. Honestly. I think you and I and a lot of others love consistency, stability, even if it's not as exciting, but less risky, but also creative. He's an interesting player. It seems like he's not taking risks, but if you watched Curtis Jones highlights compared to like Gravenberch or McAllister, like he's making more incisive passes on the attack than those guys are. And he's giving the ball away a lot less. He's got like the highest completion percentage in the league. And it's not, I don't hear people saying anymore, oh, he just passes backwards. Because it's not the case. If you watch the matches, you know that's not the case.
He's more confident now.
So it's just taste.
Yeah, it is taste. I think Big Kala here does bring up a point like, yes, his ball retention's good, but in the past, he'd give it away. He would. I do know that. He would give it away, but he's not doing that anymore. Like, it certainly wasn't doing it yesterday, but again, you're going up against Wolves. The opposition's a little more poor. You know, I mean, the fact is, though, he's 24, which is pretty remarkable. All this to say, I've been just so pleased with what I've seen from Curtis Jones, and he's just one of those players that I want him to succeed so bad. I want fans to see what I see in him. Not everyone will, because like Steve said, it's taste. Not everyone likes that kind of player, right? But he's given us what we need right now, and that's stability, that's control, and confidence. Like you said, Van Dijk, Konate, whoever can give him the ball and just relax for a second. They're not worried about, all right, is he going to give it up? Do I need to be on my toes to run back to defend? You know Jones is going to hold on to the ball. And right now, that's what we need. We need a little bit of stability and a little bit of confidence when we're attacking. And so that's great. And so, you know, going forward, talking about Wirtz real quick, I want to wrap it up with Wirtz because we touched on him, but we haven't really just gone on about him. Wirtz scores. He had the best game of his Liverpool career yesterday. Do you chalk that up to going up against Wolves?
A little bit. Like I said, I think he had a little bit more time. Everything was just cleaner. And it could be because we were playing against Wolves. But
so clean,
we've seen it coming.
Yeah.
So it's not just Wolves. We've seen it coming little by little each game. You're like, he's giving the ball away less. And you're like, he looks fit. And you're like, he looks like he's about to score. And he gets an assist or two. And then you're like, he's defending. And then you're like, He put it all together.
Yeah.
So it's been compounding. So no, not just Wolves. I think that probably helps. But again, aside from Arsenal, we got a lot of winnable games coming up. Let's let him continue to build. Build, build, so that when we get in that congested fixture come February and we're playing, a lot of top half of the table teams in a row, because it's going to get tough real soon. He's firing. We need him in top form for the home stretch.
Absolutely. And then of course Ekitike, great. He's a great player, so solid. Just confident in his game for as young as he is to be as confident. I love it. And I hope that Wirtz can find that as well after yesterday. So overall, guys, I mean, team's starting to click again. I'm hoping that we can continue this even without Salah. My closing thought, dude, I'm honestly, the Konate criticism, I didn't quite see it, but the Chiesa opportunity, Chiesa, if you're listening, you had an opportunity, you have to seize it. Even if you look like an idiot doing it, you gotta show the same effort you show in the last 15 minutes for the first 60. You have to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to get the opportunity again. I mean, learn from history. I mean, Slot is just no nonsense. He has his favorites, but if you mess up, you're done. That's where I'm at, Steve.
I got nothing else, man. We have coming up. Here we go. Leeds, Thursday.
Trap game.
January 1st. That is a Premier League game. I don't think it's a trap game. After what just happened, I think we're going to go into that and be ready to rock and roll after that. What was it, 3-3 that we just dealt with?
That's my point, trap game.
Yeah. Then we got Fulham, Arsenal, January 8th. So we play on the 1st, the 4th, and the 8th. Then the 12th. Then the 17th.
Damn.
21st, 24th, 20th. Dude, I feel like January is supposed to be slow. Nope. 1st, 4th, 8th. That's insane.
It is pretty.
3 games in 8 days.
It's a lot.
7.5 days. Then you play again. 4 days later. Yeah. These next 2 games are very, very important. We got to go into that Arsenal game with 2 more wins. And if we can beat that Arsenal team, I'll feel that we're back.
Yeah. If we
do
draw
the double over Arsenal, man.
Let me ask you this. If we draw with Arsenal, are we still back?
I think that's good enough.
It's good enough. 100% good enough.
Because it's away. But yeah, you got to win these next 2, and then you got to get points against Arsenal. I think Villa will start to drop, but I'd like to see us get up into, like, in the next month or so, creep up into that number 3 spot. Because Villa's Villa. They're not going to sustain this. It's too long of a season.
Villa's hot right now. Villa's hot.
We go through this every year with somebody.
Look, the table's taking shape. It's starting to look about 80% of what it's going to look like at the end of the year. I was saying this even during our losing streak. It looked bad, but you win 2, you win 3 in a row. Look where you're at in the table. Another thing to look at, Steve, we only have 2 draws. This isn't Klopp football where we're playing for draws. We have 2 draws and 6 losses.
Very interesting.
The
math, Kyle.
The math. I've said the math for years.
We've worked. We just survived the worst dip in form, probably in club history,
in a century.
The longest we can remember. As long as it's mattered to us, to anybody in this chat, that was the worst run of form. And we're still here. We're still in the 4 spot. I mean, Sunderland could jump us if they win. I think they're winning right now. But it's Sunderland. They're not going to be here. So
the math.
It's going to be fun. Kyle, the math. It's literally.
It's astounding. It's crazy.
Like, Arsenal's got 13 wins. City have 13 wins. Villa have 12. We have 10. That's what matters. Wins. And that's the order of the table.
And we're 4th. You hear all this.
Everybody next has 8 wins.
Dude, it's crazy.
It works perfectly.
Right, because you hear, oh, Chelsea have found it. Chelsea have found it. Man United, they're looking good now. Who's ahead of them? The team that had the worst form in a century. It's crazy.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. We will see you next week, Steve. Thanks for being here, man. It's good to have you back. And until next time, Reds, take care.